All right. What's up, guys? Sneaky Cat going back with another video on this Thursday. Happy Thursday. And I am trophy pushing, which is wild. I was down at like 3,900 because I wanted to complete the Unbreakable Challenge. And now with these new leagues, I'm trophy pushing. But I'm trophy pushing with an army that I actually really enjoy using. And it's very simple. And I still haven't unlocked like all the equipments maybe needed for this attack strategy. So this attack strategy involves utilizing the Super Yeti blimp with dragons, but it's using the combination of equipment that I don't usually use. So I got the snake bracelet because everyone says it's overpowered, and I should have gotten it, and I was a moron for not getting it. And so I've gotten it, and I'd have to say it's level 17. It's not even maxed, and it does do a pretty darn good job. I was actually thoroughly impressed with it. Now, the queen, the only thing that is not proper on her is she has the unicorn where I should be using Frosty, but I'm upgrading her. She's not maxed. The Dark Crown with the Minion Prince and the Phoenix hits like an absolute truck. Absolute truck. So I'll show it after this, what I got. But yeah, I'm just trying to push for the new leagues. I put out a gold pass measure if people want to join. At the end of this season, I'm giving out a gold pass for the highest trophy pusher before the end of leagues. So pretty cool there. Let's see if I can get some troops before I have to pull Clan Castle troops. Actually, I should see if they gave out another. Oh, wonderful. Oh, perfect. I got that anyways. So here's the army. Just 17 dragons. I might consider doing some funnel troops just because some of my funnels weren't great. Only change this was Frosty. Here's the equipment. Look at this. This is only level 17. I don't think the Dark Crown is maxed. No, it's not. The action figure is now maxed. Very simple, but effective and kind of fun. Like, I actually really enjoy, I've always enjoyed dragon strategies. And I want to see how this does in higher level legends. I know that like people are going to say, well, that's too easy of a strategy. It really is, to be honest. But I don't know, for some reason, I just enjoy the simple strategies of the game. I don't really like playing where I have to drop like, 15 different types of troops, and make sure that I drop this thing properly. And the problem is also that I get annoyed with my Root Rider strategy, and a lot of people have said, well, you need to start using double overgrowth. I've heard that's more of the OP strategy. The problem I have with it is I don't understand how the order keeps changing. They still haven't fixed that glitch. So if I go into an attack and there's several, the entire bar is filled up. I like how I can adjust the size of the bar to be a lot bigger because I can fat finger a lot of these things, and that's another component of that attack is I would fat finger spells, I would fat finger troops, abilities, stuff like that. Obviously, with how big the screen is now, it's much easier to be able to do it properly, and not fat finger it. So I just didn't really like the strategy. I was getting annoyed with the strategy. Root Riders, it just continues to be the OG strategy. Now, I get it. People are like, well, you're just utilizing a strategy that you used to use. But it's like, oh, shoot, that's terrible. It's just different. It's enjoyable. It's fun. Like using this is a lot of fun. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. And it's not something to where it doesn't take a lot of skill. I get it. But it's just fun. Like, I really enjoy using this type of troop combo. it's just different. It's a lot different. And most of the time it's pretty good. So I'm curious, based off my mistakes, if I get this 3-star. But I don't know. It's just with how the compositions are in the game right now. It's like, okay, like I feel that this is a fair one to be using. Oh, queen just barely survives that. Let's see if let's see if we can get it. Maybe not. There's quite a few the dragons are going for the air defense. Ooh. And the other thing is, as far as what you have a lot of is time, which is nice. You don't have that. You probably don't have enough damage to be able to do this. Oh, baby's out of range of all that. Oh, he's not. I thought he'd be out of range of the... Oh, well. I really screwed up that attack anyways. It just changes things up. And I just, there is some skill. You need to actually shoot the arrow in the right spot, which I did not do. It does a great job against double invis. If I don't want to use clan castle troops, it's not the end of the world, because I can just use a stone slammer and then clone the dragons, which with the maxed housing space of that is pretty good. And then I can use a rage spell to push some of the troops through the base effectively and still get 3 stars. So obviously the Super Yeti is fun to use as well. Using other pieces of equipment as well. The one thing I keep trying to think, like, what was I going to say? I like for once not using an attack that involves the Spirit Walk with the Royal Champion, right? Like, I am changing it up in the sense that I'm not utilizing this strategy. Oh my gosh, look at that. One more hit on the Town Hall. I am using a different strategy in that sense. And, I find that at least that's valiant and it's not, monotonous and whatever. Because everybody uses Spirit Fox Walk. It's definitely become the most common strategy. So just changing it up, doing things a little differently. The attack is quick. Time failing is almost impossible. And I was able to hit the number 1 base and 3-star in war. And I need to do something different after this last CWI. I had like 5 fails on my main base, and it's just completely unacceptable. Never going to get to CWL Champs 1 if we're going to continue to 2-star. It just ain't gonna happen. And I think this is one of the better trophy pushing armies, right? Because the equipment is pretty self-explanatory. It happens pretty quick, all the attacks. You don't have to use clan castle troops. You can push obviously very quickly and very effectively. I think it is a very fun strategy to use. It is a different strategy to use. And it really, there's no way to really protect against it, right? There's no, the anti-bases are like a spread out, maybe a spread out, how do I explain this? A base where they're spread out invis. And that's one the second attack that I had, I time failed on. I think it was like a 97% time fail, or I was really close on it. I failed because of that. Because there was the spread out got me. And my troops didn't funnel properly. And that's why I say the only thing that I might change on this is I might change up how things are funneled, just to make it easier on my troops to be able to funnel properly, because that's one big key to make sure, because the dragons spread out fairly easily and go all sorts of different directions. And then for this, I'm trying to see what the leagues are going to look like. Obviously, we have the new leagues coming out. We have an extended Legends League, and I also am curious, how high can I push? Can I get to 6,000 trophies? Can I do something special? There's the... I'm also trying to figure out, what is the most effective tower. I know they pushed that out as far as what's the best one. I definitely sometimes think the hook tower is really good, but sometimes it can do more damage than good, in the sense that if it does pull the king in the center, if it has earthquake boots, and this is where sometimes I debate on the equipment, because snake bracelet is good, but I think I have a long way to go. I mean, I have 3 boost upgrades essentially, because the boost upgrades are the ones that take starry ore that just make it a better piece of equipment overall. And I have, a few of those to see how good. Obviously snakes will be upgraded, but it does do a really good job of funneling down one side. And the other thing that's cool is the spirit fox with the king. I've never really paired the spirit fox with the king, and I find it to be an extremely effective piece of equipment, or use of, because for some reason I really struggle not using the spirit fox in attacks, because I solely believe it's one of the best pets in the game. Like, if you can go invisible, I don't care who's using it. I know obviously some it's better than others. Like, obviously you can't use it on all the different heroes, but it is by far one of the best. Look at this core. Look at how it'll just get eliminated by these Yeti mice. I mean, it's just done. See ya. Yep. See ya. The entire core just gets shredded. And the Super Yetis, damn, that is absolutely insane. Is it going to get it all? It literally got the entire core. That is absolutely insane. And you only want to bring one Super Yeti. Sometimes I've seen people put a Yeti in a Super Yeti, but you don't want to clone the Yetis. And this is why I like the Super Yetis, because usually in a Super Yeti bomb, it was great. However, I found a lot of the time that my Super Yeti would die, or my Yetis would die, or they got flung by spring traps. I don't know what's going to happen with the spring trap rework. This is another thing why I like this strategy, is for the rework. I'm using dragons, and really the only troops that are on the ground are the biggest tank troops, and I'm utilizing all the air troops. So this is kind of that anti-update troop, and I think that I don't want 19. I think that it's a good rework for. Oh my gosh, this is just gonna get shredded. So it's good for the anti-rework, because I think they were going to make some sort of special rework for spring traps to make them effective, or more effective for that matter, which is fine. I think that obviously spring traps don't do really anything, and the bombs and stuff like that, they're not near as effective as obviously they used to be. I remember back in the OG days, oh man, the double giant bomb of Hog Riders, when they were OP in kind of the early Town Hall. If you hit it, it was over. You dreaded hitting that elusive giant bomb. And if it was properly leveled, it pretty much ended your entire attack. So, yeah. And I think I do believe Frosty is better than the Unicorn, though it might keep the Queen alive. The Unicorn in some instances a little bit better. The Frosty does do a good job of dealing out more DPS, and I think keeping the Queen around longer in the long run. There are some niche situations where that's not the case, but yeah. Let's see. We'll do our part and do some donating. Okay. Well, this is our last attack here, and we are now in Legends. So that's kind of cool. So I wanted to at least bring a trophy pushing video and push about 200 trophies fairly soon, fairly quickly. And most of them were solid. The only one that I failed on, I completely butchered abilities and all that stuff with the Warden. Needed to pause a little bit more. And so, yeah, we'll see how this does. I still believe, though, that this core bomb is so much fun to use. I mean, it will light up the entire core of any sort of base. I mean, the necessary counters probably are poison spells, just for the fact that, or heavy heroes, to where it's hard for any of them to get through. But for the most part, it's tough to counter this, and it's just simple. Like, it's super simple. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying a change, because I tried changing different strategies. I couldn't get one down. This one's fun. I think this one will be a staple for a little bit, and go from there. So, all right. Sign up for Legends Leagues. All right, everyone. Appreciate your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.